Hey guys, it's Professor Pro, and Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting closer and closer. I can almost taste it. Because of this, I found myself digging deeper into my thoughts of things that I want to be in the game. And because Halloween is right around the corner, I thought that I might as well talk about what new holidays we could see in New Horizons. This isn't really a prediction video per se, it's mostly just talking about my ideas for new events in the upcoming game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. My first idea for a new holiday is Toy Day Eve. New Leaf cemented Toy Day as my absolute favorite event in all of Animal Crossing. Being able to give all your animals presents while dressed as Santa and seeing them fill with joy is just an incredibly heartwarming experience. However, I do feel like there's a slight problem with the holiday. Throughout December, animals will casually drop hints about the kind of gift that they want from Santa, stuff like the color for example. The problem is that I found these hints to be far too infrequent. It got to the point where I had to make sure that I played the game more in December than any other month, and that is also problematic because of how December is one of the busiest months of the year. Toy Day Eve would aim to make this slightly more bearable. Taking place on December 23rd, Toy Day Eve would basically function as a refresher for those who weren't playing as frequently during the month. Animals would be more excited than ever for Toy Day throughout the day, talking about the festivities frequently, which would also increase the amount of hints that they would drop about the gift they'd like to receive. I feel like a semi-holiday like this would make Toy Day much more enjoyable, as you wouldn't have to be constantly stressed about getting random hints throughout all of December. Another holiday idea I had is for Beach Day. If you've seen some of my other videos, you would know that I think summer is the most neglected season in Animal Crossing. Every other season has some sort of grand holiday or event, and while summer has a lot of smaller occurrences, there isn't really anything within the months that I would say is big. But with New Horizons being set on an island, we have a chance to see summer represented better than it ever has been before, and I think Beach Day would be a great addition to the season. The holiday would be what it sounds like. It would take place in July. From morning to night, various animals would be gathered on the beach. They would be playing games, some of the water animals like octopi and frogs could be taking a swim, Brewster could sell some cold drinks, it would just be a great time. There would also be various mini-games to compete in, like beach volleyball for example, allowing you to win items in a new beach-themed furniture set. I really think that an event like Beach Day could go a long way in terms of making summer a much more memorable season in the series. I think we can all agree that Animal Crossing has 3 activities that are considered truly iconic: netting bugs, catching fish, and digging up fossils. However, something interesting is that only 2 of these activities have events themed around them, the Bug Off for bug catching and the Fishing Tourney for fishing. That's where my idea for Fossil Fest comes in. It would take place over a random weekend in September, October, November, and December, and would be an event hosted by Blathers. The goal would be one of 3 things. A, to be the first one to get all the pieces of a fossil, B, to be the first one to dig up a specific fossil, or C, to collect the rarest fossil. During this event, fossils will spawn randomly in the ground, so not only is it easier to find the one you're looking for, but it's also a really easy way to collect fossils for your museum. Of course, none of this would be interesting if it were to happen with the current fossil digging mechanics, since there's no challenge. You simply walk up to the star in the dirt and dig up the fossil. That's why I suggest a new way to dig up fossils. When you find one, instead of just tapping the button, you have to mash it instead. The rarer the fossil, the faster you have to mash. If you're too slow, the fossil will fall deeper into the earth, making it inaccessible. I think that this event, and new mechanic, would be a great way to spice up the act of fossil finding, and would make it just as enjoyable as fishing or bug catching. If you've seen any of my other Animal Crossing videos, you would know that I'm absolutely obsessed with the idea of cooking being part of the series. And I really do think that this feature has a chance to make its debut in New Horizons, especially with the game's main addition being the ability to create your own items from scratch. So, if cooking was brought to New Horizons, I think it would be cool if there was some sort of cooking competition that would be held. I would assume there'd be some sort of Cooking Mama-esque minigame as you try to make a better meal than the animals you're competing against. I see 2 ways for an event like this to work. 1, it could be a monthly competition, sort of like the Bug Off and Fishing Tourney, or 2, it could be a different take on the Harvest Festival. What if instead of helping Franklin collect the ingredients for a meal, like in New Leaf, you had to collect the ingredients in advance and try your best to make a meal better than all the rest? Either of these 2 would do a good job at making cooking feel important to the Animal Crossing series, which is something I want really badly. Moving on to my next idea, I think it would be really cool if there was a day where you could play all sorts of different minigames with your animal friends, similar to hide and seek or some of the tours on Tortimer's Island. I think a good name for this holiday would be Play Day. It would happen in May and would be the main event to look forward to in that month. On this day, you'd also be able to contact some friends from other towns to come join in on the fun. Whenever you invited a friend over in New Leaf while a holiday was happening, it would immediately be put on hold until they left, allowing neither of you to participate. So I think it would be cool if there's a holiday in New Horizons that actively encouraged playing with your friends. After all, the game is adding local multiplayer. It only makes sense for there to be an event where you can have some people over. And for my final idea in this video, I want to talk about special animal birthdays, which are technically something that already exists, but whatever. For some strange reason, most special animals in the series never even mention their birthdays, let alone have a celebration. I think it would be awesome if on a special animal's birthday, let's say Tom Nook's for example, the whole island would get together to throw a huge party. It would allow you to bring a gift that you think the animal would enjoy, and would be one of the few times that every resident of the island is together in the same place. If you gave the birthday animal a present that they love, they might even give you some sort of discount or other bonus in their store. I've always said that I think the special animals need to be more interactable, so I think making their birthdays actual events to take part in would put us one step closer to having them feel like an actual part of the community. Anyways guys, that's about it for this video. What kind of new holidays would you guys like to see in New Horizons? What changes would you like to see in past holidays? Let me know in the comments below. You guys tend to have a lot of great ideas, much better than mine, that's for sure. I'll see you guys next time. Professor Pro, out.